Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, how are you? I am Jaden, also known as Katarina Crochets, where we do things all crochet, including market preps, market recaps, yarn hauls, and just fun small business vlogs. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I love you and I missed you, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay. In this week's video, it'll be a market recap, which is so fun, fresh, and amazing. A little bit about this market. It was about an hour and a half away, which for me is a long drive, okay? Especially by myself. They provided tables. It was a huge farmer's market. It has the potential to have 400 vendors. This time around, there was only about 100. It was pouring down raining. I freezed my butt off. I was so cold. I wore shorts and a t-shirt because it said it was gonna be like 75 degrees, which is pretty hot for me. But it was 65 and pouring down raining. So I should have brought like a hoodie or something, and I didn't. I was so cold the entire time. It was a pretty good market overall considering the weather, which I was really surprised and happy about. And I would definitely do this market again. They do it every first Saturday of the month up until I believe May. So I definitely think I might go back maybe in November or December or even after. Who knows? The fee for the market was $35, which is pretty reasonable for how big of a market it is. And it is more tailored towards people who do like psychic readings and stuff. So there was a lot of psychic readings, Reiki or Reiki healers and all kinds of stuff. And I'll get more into the pros and cons later on. Right now, let's go ahead and watch the footage that I took. It's not much because it's hard to like record when you're right next to people. It's just like weird. I don't know, it's weird for me. Awkward. But I did get a little bit of footage, so let's watch that. It's market day. So I just made my first sale. It was a total of $46. So hopefully that's a good sign. It's a little after 10. All right, guys, so it's getting close to closing time. Just gonna do a little after. This, I loved my little idea to make this a little keychain holder. This is from the Dollar Tree, and I just clipped them on here, and it has worked perfectly, especially for just $1. We love that. I've only sold one pumpkin, and I believe it was this color, which is so crazy to me, but yeah, gonna be packing up soon. All right, now that we've watched the footage, as you could see, it was like wooden tables with metal legs, and they were okay. They worked for what I needed them to do. I did my setup a little differently because that was the first time that I did a setup with 2 tables. I now have 2 tables. Actually didn't know, I didn't know that they were gonna provide tables. So I actually the night before made my husband drive to Home Depot and buy a table. Sir, but at least I have a table now. Anyway, One of the biggest cons, I would say, is that because it was more laxed, smoking was happening all over the place. There was a lot of weed smoke smell and a lot of cigarette smoke smell. The woman directly next to me was like chain smoking cigarettes, and even when I got back in the car after the market, I smelt the cigarette smell all over me. So that was probably the biggest con. I wish that the coordinator would have made like a smoke session further away. I was absolutely terrified that all of my stuff was gonna smell like smoke. But it doesn't. Everything smells fine. But that was probably the biggest con. The second biggest con is the organization of it all. When I originally pulled up, I was supposed to be in spot 35 or 36. I pulled up to spot 36 and someone had completely set up their whole thing, and I didn't know what to do. And so I was moved to spot 228. So spot 35, 228, all the way yonder. So that was a little disappointing. And the coordinator herself was like 3 booths down from me, and she was also chain smoking. So like, I don't know, maybe it was just that kind of crowd, like they like to smoke cigarettes. Like, I don't care, whatever, but like when it comes to my product, that smell can like really stick. And I am so grateful that it didn't, but if it were to have, I would have been extremely upset, like, because I would have had to wash all of my blushies or done something. I don't even know what I would have done, but I would have had to done something. So that was the biggest con. I think if I do this market again, I would ask to be in a spot where there's not going to be a lot of smoking, or I'm going to make my own sign that says, please do not smoke within 20 feet of this booth, because that was ridiculous. All right, so I wrote down all of my sales, all of my inventory, and let's get started. So I had a total of 8 ghosts. I sold 3 of them and I made $30 off of them. I sold 1 small pumpkin. Now, if you guys watched my last video, y'all saw how many pumpkins I made. I made so many pumpkins. I sold 1 pumpkin, which was really surprising to me. And I sold that for $15. I sold one of my car hangers for $10. I sold a candy corn bee keychain for $8. I sold one of my small chickens for $12. I sold one of my large chickens for $18. I sold both of the axolotls that I had for $15 each. I sold a mushy boy for $15. I sold a small T-Rex for $15. I sold one of my frog keychains for $8. I sold my bunny, my little bunny snuggler, for $50, which was like such a surprise. I did not think that particular market, and I'm so glad that she did though, because I've had her for a while. I sold 3 $5 items. I don't really keep inventory of the $5 items because I literally just put like random stuff in there that like I've had for a while. I have like Octos in there, but nobody ever buys them, so I don't even make Octos anymore. If anything that's in there is like either from a long time ago or I didn't like the way I did it, so I put it in there. I sold a bee for $12, just a normal bee. I sold my strawberry cow. So the story with the strawberry cow, my first customer, she had bought $46 worth of items. And then about 2 hours later, she comes back and she's like, I have to get this cow. And so she came back and bought the $50 cow. So that was pretty cool. I sold one stingray for $10. I sold 2 of those little birds for $8 each. I sold 1 whale for $10. I sold my strawberry turtle for $25. I sold one of my Oogies, my Oogie Boogie, my own pattern. Everybody loved them. What I really wish I had though was some Beetlejuice stuff, because I didn't know this, but the day that I was there, Beetlejuice had just came out in the theaters and a lot of people were dressed up for Beetlejuice. And I know if I had a couple Beetlejuice characters up in that joint, they would have sold. But Oogie sold. One of my Oogies sold for $35. I sold my Gremlin. What's her name? The pattern is by Tasha's Hook Nook. And I used like the moss Burnett blanket. I will put a picture, of course, but I sold that for $30. And then I sold a Calico Cat by AQ Designs for $20. And then my last sale was an possum for $15. So my grand total was $449. That doesn't include materials, gas, the vendor fee, and the square fee. So I would say this was a good market, considering it was pouring down raining and absolutely freezing, and there wasn't that much foot traffic. But for the foot traffic that was there, it was a pretty good market. I was the only crocheter with the kind of items that I had. There was another crocheter. She was a younger child. She was so sweet. She actually bought 2 of my items. She's the one who bought the bee and she bought something else, but she was really sweet. I gave her a free stitch marker and I sent her all of my patterns for free. But if you consider the gas, it was probably about $15 in gas, $35 for the vendor fee, and $8 in square fees. So I probably made around $400. A lot of it was over square, but a lot of it was cash. It was about half and half. There was only one person that paid through other electronic payments, which was Cash App, and that was the woman who was my first sale of the day, who had purchased $46 worth of items, and had came back for the strawberry turtle. I would say this was a success, and I think that if the weather was better, I think I probably could have doubled that. I definitely feel ill prepared. I have markets for the next 6 weeks. I have a market tomorrow, or market on Saturday, and every Saturday after that as well for the next 6 weeks. So I am taking off. So I have a market October 5th, and then after that I'm taking off for the rest of October, and then I'll start back up in November every week until probably the 3rd week of December, and then I'll take off for the rest of December for Christmas, and I won't do any in January or February. And then I'll do my March, April, May. And then the year goes by so fast, okay? I can't even believe this. It was really fun though. The biggest cons were the smoking, the drive, and the organization. On the coordinator's part, I think it could have been a little more organized, but nonetheless, we conquered, and we made money, so that's important. I did buy some yarn with that money, and you guys will see that in the next video. It is going to be a market prep and market recap conjointed, because I just don't have a lot of time to film, so the clips are shorter. I'm trying to look more presentable as well, and that's also harder. Like right now, I don't look presentable, but hopefully I will in the next video. I got my nails done. Doing love. Very fall, very demure. I'm not trying too hard. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys very, very soon in the next video. If you like this kind of content, make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I can keep doing it. And if you think I am cool, fun, fresh, and amazing, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, bye guys.